Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Saturday afternoon, and I have a new tarot deck on the tarot table, relatively new. It's one I got off Etsy, and I have said before on this channel that I have a problem buying off Etsy because of our horrific import duties we have in South Africa, and the fact that if someone sends something to me by regular mail, it doesn't arrive. So it's a rare occurrence for me to buy a tarot deck on Etsy. I bought this one a while back. It is very beautiful. The back of the cards aren't that beautiful, but you will see when you see the front of the cards that they are very beautiful, and it is called the Lucid Minds Tarot. So there you go, and I'm using it today because we're talking about someone who might not be that lucid. And this is a rumor that's gone around on social media that perhaps Prince Harry has overindulged in certain substances and wound up in hospital. I'm putting it very delicately, and if by any chance you are in a fragile state and could be triggered by this reading, please stop watching. Please go and do some self-care, talk to someone, and don't watch this reading. But if you're going to stick around, I think you pretty much know what I'm on about. And Lady C has heard the story, and she said no, as far as she is concerned, it hasn't happened. She doesn't know that it has happened, so she's kind of debunked it. Well, she hasn't debunked it. She said she hasn't heard anything about this. So this is a social media rumor. And let's remind you while I shuffle the cards that we're just dealing with rumor here. This is tarot for entertainment purposes. I just look at energy here, archetypal energy, as the Five of Swords pops up. Oops. We'll put you back in. And of course, it's all my opinion. It is all speculation. We do this to look at the energy around stories like this, rumors like this, to see what we can find out. And there is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it and form your own opinion about this story. And I think we've said enough. We want to know if there's any substance to this story at an energetic level. How's that? We're putting it like that. And who might be behind this story, and why would this story be circulating now? It has shades of the story that went around, I don't know, about a year ago, 18 months ago maybe, that Harry had collapsed in a restaurant in California. He and Meghan had been having a fight, and he apparently got very upset and collapsed and was taken to hospital in an ambulance. There was that story. This is kind of similar, but without those kinds of details. This is just rumor. So reminded you about the fact that we're just dealing in rumor here. Disclaimer in the box below, and let's see what this Lucid Minds tarot deck has to share with us about this story. How's Harry doing? Has he done something a little bit radical or stupid? We have got the Three of Cups in reverse. Now, the Three of Cups is the friendship card. It's the party card, and when it is in the reverse, see how they are very lovely cards. They really are. When it is in reverse, it can be an overindulging energy. So that's interesting. I wouldn't say deliberate overindulgence. In that case, it's partying hard. The Three of Cups. So there is something around this story. This is the underlying energy. This colors the entire reading. There is the story that we are reading on, we're dealing with, and so we're not off the mark, basically, with the Three of Cups in reverse, but it is hard partying energy, the Three of Cups. And it reminds me of those stories. I think it was the French ambassador in London who lived next door to the has-beens, the Parkles, the car Parkles, even now they are known as, when they were still at Kensington Palace in that tiny little cottage, Nottingham cottage. And he said the parties went on for 3 days, and the helicopters came flying in, and all of this. Might even be, interestingly enough, around the time that Meghan was pregnant. That's a tongue twister for you. But our recollections may vary on that topic, so don't take me at my word. I may well have misspoken and in which case I apologize to the court. Let us see what the situation actually is. What are we dealing with here? What's happening? And we have the moon in reverse. There is the moon marooned in the desert, the lovely crescent moon, and the moon is about fears and worries and things that you have buried in your subconscious that suddenly come up to the surface, mental health issues. So there is cause for concern here. There is somebody who could be quite fragile mentally, who could be plagued with worries, with strange kinds of worries, because the moon is, of course, that fog that you live in without clarity at all, and you fear things that may not be true or real because they are there in the shadows. So it's an interesting card, and it could be either that in an extreme way of someone whose judgment is really clouded, who can't see reality, is beset by worries and doubts and trust issues, doesn't know who to trust, doesn't know what to do. It's pretty much describing the energy that I feel when I read on Harry most of the time. Or it could be somebody who's suddenly faced with the harsh reality of their situation and doesn't know how to deal with it. And I also get that energy. I got it peeping through, or a need for that kind of energy to peep through in a very recent reading. So it's interesting how these readings all kind of interlock and interweave. When you've been reading on the same cast of characters for long enough, you get quite dialed into their energy. Obviously you should, if this is what you're doing. It's quite interesting how you can see energy change over time. So how is he doing right now? How is he? And we have the Three of Wands in reverse. That's not positive energy. That is not catastrophic energy either. It's somebody who's lost patience with the situation, given up waiting, who's given up hope about something. Because upright, it is very hopeful that balloon is going to rise into the air, it's going to float along and see the bigger picture, this expanse below, and all your hopes are going to unfold. And the reverse happens when the card is in the reverse. He no longer believes that good things are going to come to him in the situation that he's currently in. So it does have a negative vibe about it, but it's not catastrophically negative. It's not mental health level of negative. It's just, well, the situation isn't working out for me. I give up. I haven't received the abundance that I was expecting. My projects have all got shipwrecked. Nothing has come in, even though the book was this huge bestseller. Are we now hearing that it actually didn't make money for the publisher? He didn't make back the advance for them, that kind of thing. So the court cases are a bit iffy. That's all sitting there. So his life isn't that great. But it's not a card. If I was doing a reading cold on someone and saw it, I wouldn't say, okay, you need to get on the phone right now. You need to rush around to their apartment or their house and check up on them. I wouldn't be that alarmed by that card. That's me, tarot reader. Has he overindulged? Three of Cups in reverse and ended up in hospital, whether intentionally or unintentionally? We're leaving that wide open. Has he done something like that? I got the Two of Swords in reverse. This is very similar to the Three of Wands in reverse. Very similar, but more of a mental thing. This is somebody who doesn't want to see the reality of their situation, who maybe is overindulging. How I'm going to read this with this is that there is a possibility of overindulging because they want to blind themselves, they want to numb the pain, they don't want to see the reality. I'm getting a lot of energy in this reading, consistent energy of hard partying to shut out reality. That's what I'm getting. So it's possible with that card. It's possible with the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords is about being at a crossroads. When it's upright, I've got to decide something, but I don't know what to decide because I can't see. I'm blindfolded. Neither path looks particularly inviting. In reverse, traditionally, it's well, okay. I have to make a decision that I've been avoiding. That's one way of interpreting it, or I'm just going to keep avoiding the decision I have to make because it's too painful, it's too difficult. And I think the too painful, too difficult route is what we've got here, and so let's drink a lot, or whatever else he might be indulging in. So I'm not getting a very sober energy. I'm not getting a head screwed on right energy. I'm not getting making plans for the future and in a clear-headed, level-focused kind of a way. I'm getting confused, afraid, in denial, things failing, don't want to look at what's failing, don't want to have to deal with the decisions that are coming. And those decisions could be separating, divorcing, going away, going back to the UK, going to Africa, telling the truth about things that you might have not told the truth about previously. All that kind of stuff is sitting there in that Two of Swords. Little card, but it's carrying a lot of energy with it for me. So who is behind, and I've suddenly lost my voice, who is behind this story? Who might have put it out? Oh my. It stuns me at how literal tarot is suddenly, and particularly in these royal readings. It really stuns me. You saw me shuffle the cards. I could not have put that card in there. No way. Universe put that card there. The Queen of Wands, the fire sign woman, in reverse. And so I have to point you again at the disclaimer and remind you again that this is just energy and my interpretation. But my interpretation of this is that it's my suspicion that she, this one's wife, as she is now known, spread this story. She's shown up in the reading. Queen of Wands. She's in reverse. She's in that drama-filled, attention-seeking, toxic energy that the Queen of Wands in reverse represents. And for me, reading as a reader, cards in reverse are often secret energy, hidden energy, shadow energy. It's sitting under the moon. Somebody acting in the shadows, somebody preying on someone else's fears, perhaps their addictions, their mental health issues, their inability to see clearly because of substances. It's all in here, in my opinion. Why would this story have been planted by whoever planted it? We speculate that it might have been that Queen of Wands, but why would such a story be leaked now or spread around now? Two of Pentacles in reverse. That's because a decision is being made. Twos are all about decisions, choices. We've got two twos here, two twos and two threes, all in the reverse. In fact, every card in this reading is in reverse. It's always interesting when that happens because it generally means that people are operating in their shadow energy and their negative energy, that the stars are out of alignment, that it's unhealthy. Whatever is going on here in this reading is unhealthy altogether. And very unhealthy situation. Two of Pentacles is about choosing where your priorities are. Oops. It's an interesting way of depicting it. Yin yang symbol there, balancing each other, harmonizing each other. It is the card of balance. It's unbalanced energy. And the reverse, wanting to send out a message. I'm interpreting this card as that this person is unbalanced. And Pentacles are body, healthy kind of energy. So Two of Pentacles in reverse, somebody who's out of balance, somebody who's a little bit unhinged, disturbed in their energy, somebody who's perhaps making bad choices, you could also say. This message being sent out is to pave the way for the news that we might be getting further on, that he is disturbed, he's dangerous maybe, he's harmful to himself or to his children or his wife or his mother-in-law. That kind of story, in my opinion, this is the groundwork, that Two of Pentacles in reverse, for that kind of story that we could be hearing about sooner rather than later. Pentacles is, well, let me rephrase that. Pentacles is quite slow energy, right? So if I was looking at timing, Two of Pentacles would be 2 years. So we might have a way to go before the story really kicks in. But this is the groundwork. This is what's going on. And troubling, whether you're a fan or not of Has Been. This looks very sinister for him. It looks very dark for him, potentially, unless he really wakes up and opens his eyes and takes that blindfold off and sees what is really happening in his life, and really starts trusting the right people instead of the people who say, trust me. The people who say, trust me, are the people you should not trust. Basic life lesson. There you go. That's your reading. A bit of a disturbing one. Please take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. Disclaimer in the box below, all my opinion. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.